In this video, I will show you guys how to create an entire NFT collection by basically doing nothing but clicking on buttons. So no code, nothing of that kind of stuff. We are just going to use a simple website that is going to create this. This is probably the easiest way to create an entire NFT collection with the metadata and the artwork and all that stuff. So if this video helps you guys out, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Okay, so first of all, we want to go to our browser, whether it's Google or you're using something else. And here we will just search up a website, and that is called ambition.so. You can already see it. And that is basically the website where we are going to create this whole NFT collection online. So for that, we are just going to go on Get Started here. It's pretty straightforward. And we can already see that we are on the Meet the Non-Code NFT generator. And here we can create our NFT artwork with the metadata, of course. Now we can go ahead and click on Get Started again. And we will get right into the creation process. So here we have to make some decisions. First of all, obviously, we have to create a name for our NFT collection. So just think of something that describes your NFT collection. So for example, if you have some surfers or something like that, you can call them something like Sleepy Surfers. Just come up with something creative that might sound interesting. Then we have a description, so just give a little description of your NFT project. Doesn't have to be long, but just, get the basic things in there. I'm just going to skip this now because I don't want to think of any description right now, but you get it. So now we can choose the collection size. That is really important too. So how many NFTs you want to create, and here you can go up to 10,000 or just 100. I'm just going to go with 100 for this now, and then we will see. Then we can go on, and here we can choose either we want to use the metadata type ETH or Sol, so Solana, and that is basically up to you what you would like to do. And I think that's great that they have both ETH and Solana to choose from, but I'm just going to go with ETH now, and then we are going to click on next. Okay, so here's the really important part. Here we can create these different layers that is going to put together our NFT collection. For that, we obviously need some layers we have created before. If you don't know how to do that, maybe check one of my other videos out. This one right here should show you guys how to create these layers. It's really simple actually, so maybe check that out. And if you have already created some layers, then we will just go on. So basically, I'm just going to delete this run right now, and then we can create our layers. So I'm just, first of all, maybe I shouldn't have deleted it. I'm going to say background. That's one layer. So the next one is, let me just look at my NFT different tabs. Left eye. So I'm just going to say left eye. So you just basically put in the layers you have. You might have different layers like hair or something like that. And then you just put in the name. That is important that you don't mess that up. Then I'm going to say mouth and right eye. Just like that, we got our 4 different layers. You might have more or you might have less. Just put in all the layers and then we can move on. So now we just click on next. And here we can drop in our files into these different layers. So now we will just go to the desktop here, and we will basically just go into our folder where we have our layers stored. So I'm just going to go into the background folder, go on this background tab here, and then I will just basically drag and drop them in here. So we have these different traits in here. Just like that. And make sure to rename those those pictures too that you have here as the layers, so that they have a proper name. Now we will just go into the next folder, which is left eye. I'm going to select all of them, and then we are just going to drag and drop them in here, just like that. Pretty simple. Then we will go into the next, obviously. Pretty self-explanatory. And here I will just drop that in again. And the last one is mouth, of course. So just go back here, get the mouth folder, and drop these mouths in here. Just like that, we can put this on full screen again, and now we can just check that we have all these layers in here. And as you guys can see, we do have different layers in here, so that looks good. Now we will just click on next, and here is a really important and really nice tab. We can choose the rarity here on these different traits, and I think that is really nice, because if you create your collection with some code and that stuff, with the hashloop code, for example, it's pretty straightforward how to actually do this with like the normal things. But the rarity, that's something that is really hard, or I found it hard to do, and I didn't really figure it out. And this is just so simple on this website. So you can just drag these bars right here to increase or decrease the rarity. In this percentage, you can see how rare something is, and then you will just drag them however you want the rarity to be. So you can just experiment with that. Should be fine. I'm just gonna leave it like that now. That will be fine. So then we can go on next, obviously, and we can go and log in to generate this NFT collection. So basically we have to log in. Okay, now here on this tab, you can just continue with MetaMask, or what is pretty simple too is just create an account on this website. I have already done that, so I'm just going to log in. And just like that, I have logged in. And now we are in here. As you guys can see, we have our quick summary of our collection. So our name is Sleepy Surfer. Oh, I just noticed I made something wrong in here. So it should be Surfer. So really make sure that you put in the right information. But I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Then we got a description, layers, metadata type, and obviously our collection count. And the dimension, that is really depending on how your images, like your layers, are set up. So that will just be like that. And then we can go ahead and generate the collection. So just click on the generate collection tab, and then we will go on here. And here we have to check out, because this actually costs a bit, but I think that this is really much worth it, because this process is just so easy. And as you guys can see, price per NFT created is 10 cents. So that is really not that hard to pay for. So you can basically just use your credit card for this, or you can pay with ETH. So that is really simple. And I'm just going to pay this now, and then I will be back with my collection generated. So yeah. Now when you have put in your information, you basically just click on the pay sign wherever you are. If you have paid with credit card or with your wallet or whatever you did, then you just click on the pay sign, and then immediately the collection starts rendering. And as you guys can see, that was like 5 seconds that it took to render these 100 images, like NFT images and metadata. So that is really quick, and that's why I think this tool is so great. It just takes so little time compared to like running some code. And now we can basically just go on here and download our collection. Now it will just save that, and we will get a zip file. So with the zip file, I'm obviously just going to drag that onto the desktop. And then we can close this, and as you guys can see, Now we are just going to open the zip file real quick. We got first of all our images in here. If we look at this, we got all of these different images. I am just going to open some that you can see. There's no watermark or anything on here. It's put together really nicely. So yeah, we got a bunch of different NFT artworks in this folder here. Now we will just check if the metadata is here. And as you guys can see, we got the metadata too, and that is really important too. Because when we, for example, want to mint these NFTs, we need both of those things. So the metadata and the artwork. And that is actually what I'm going to show you guys next video. So how you can sell these NFTs from your own website and let people mint them and have all these different features such as whitelist mint or pre-sale. So stay tuned for that. If you guys learned something in this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comment section if you have any questions. And with that said, I will hopefully see you guys next week. Bye.